So how should I go about my lower plaza elevations along with the retaining wall? Okay. The tension area is correct with the, okay, well, we'll take a look at the retention first. Mm-hmm. Here? If this is 10, this is 9, your curb cut will be below 9, right? Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. So for the retention area here, it's actually better if you have curb cut at the higher side. Reason being, if you have the curb cut at the lower side, water enters at a low elevation, right? Which means you are digging pretty deep on this side. Does that make sense? Because if I just draw the parking lot is here, and then we are creating some type of, parking lot's here, we're creating some type of retention over there. If the curb keep going like this, if I open up a curb cut over here, then the water needs to be at this level, meaning that I will need to dig deeper here in order to make that work. Does that make sense? Yeah, so it's better if you open up the curb cuts at the higher, then your depression wouldn't be so deep. Okay, so then in that case, your elevation is 1109.3, for instance, here, and your 1108.5, even if it stays at 0.5, it works, right? And then your 09 is over here. That's your 09 contour. RDI would be lower down, and that's all the changes you need for here. HP will be 1109.5 then. That makes sense? Yeah, yeah. So after you make those changes, this looks fine. The pair of the retention and the 9 contour, that look fine. But I don't think your contours outside is correct. So this connection looks a little strange. I'm connecting to the tree line, right? So if I zoom out, it should be, I cut off my 13, cut my 13, and then I cut off my 12. Okay, my 12 goes here. That becomes a close contour, okay? And then I have another 12. The other 12 would connect to this one. Okay, so that's the 12, and then I am going to this side with my 12, and then my 13 actually needs to move too. Well, let me try to clear and then zoom up, zoom in. Yeah, so you have your 12 going like this, and then this one should come and connect to this 12. That goes to there, that's correct, okay? And you have your 13 going like this, which is fine. And then you could remove this curb, or you could move, let's see. What you could do is you could move the 14 first. The 14 can be here. okay? And your 13 can be there in middle, and then connect to 13 like this. So you don't have to have a curve at your 13. Yeah, it does get a little tight over here. So yeah, at this point, I wouldn't recommend moving the contours anymore. I mean, changing the contour number anymore. I think we'll just work out the solution like this. Yeah, like this. And then we don't have curve. We don't have curve. No curve over here. Curve can stop there. You can round it up. Okay, round it up. Round the corner here. Okay, so that's that. Well, this turnaround, it's very close to, so, okay. Once I see that, I think the curve needs to stay. That curve needs to stay, round it up here. We'll just further move our 14. Move our 14, and then move our 13. Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's that area. And then let's go to the back. Okay, so these contours, these contours, they need to be like this because water is going outward. Okay, otherwise, no, these the contours on the ramp, they look good. These look good. You just need to turn the contours away from the building wall. So we'll zoom in. Something, you don't have a plaza that goes to the ramp. That's one of the issue. Yeah, so what you need to do, you need to rotate the ramp. You could directly rotate it, okay? You can rotate it. It just means some areas will become less than 5. That's okay. You rotate it, and then that's your plaza. And then you would move your retention to shift it to the left. We're here, okay? You would have a, well, maybe I move it a little too much, which is let me still try to use the straight line. So that becomes your second. Still want to give it a little bit more space. Come down. Then I would do a rounding shape of my plaza somewhere like this. And then I would have my retention over there. Okay. Now that comes down here, and then you just turn when you get to the end of the wall. You don't have to call it a swell because eventually we're trying to reduce the signature of swell. Yeah, yes, yes, yeah. This. Okay. Yep. Curve it. Then do not intentionally make a swell there. Yeah. Try to spread water. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that's the side. And then we'll take a look at the back. Okay. So 1106 And these elevations, they seem to be backward, you calculate it backwards. These needs to be higher than 106, right? And then if this is 06, your FFE would be 07. Yeah. Right. 07, and then the back would be 97. This will be 96.5 actually. And then your 96 would be somewhere, well, once you created this might be your 96 instead of your 95. We have a little bit of an issue of BR being not connecting to the 96.5. So you have a longer ramp than necessary. That's okay. You can make it gentler. Does that make sense? I have to get back to whatever elevation is on the plaza. Yes, 109. This one, we just said it's going to be 96.5. So this is 7, 97, 96.5. So we need to get down to 96.5 at this point. Okay, this is 96.5. So we have 0. The plaza slopes down if this is 2% and 25 feet, and then slope down 0.5. 97 is here. Once that's where that's the FFE where you come out, right? And then the back plaza, it's sloping down 2%. So these elevations are 96.5. Okay. If we have 0 here, we need 9, 8, 7, 6. So we need 9, 8, and 7. Well, I'll move this down. It's better to clear that one. That one. So you basically have a gentler slope somewhere here, right? You have, oh, I need to turn that one. So that's 0, 9, 8, 7. Oh, I'm still missing one. I'm sorry. You just remove one of the contours and then you're good. Yeah. I have 9, 8, and 7. Okay. That one, connect that to here. Okay. So the elevation here, the B wall, you wouldn't have a wall kind of blocking your ramp, but you could have an opening. If you need retaining walls to attach the contours afterwards, looks like you do, right? We still have contours here we need to attach. So you might need another extension of the wall for your 95, and so on and so forth. So your wall would stop before the ramp starts. Basically, you have a wall, but you have an opening in the wall for the ramp to go through. Okay, okay, and then the wall elevation would depend on how many more contours you have here that needs to hit the wall. You still have contours that you need to move, like this 1096. It's still conflicting with your 1095, right? So your 5 needs to keep moving. Yeah, and then the back of the plaza, the 1095 would not need to hit the wall anymore because let me zoom out so that I can. Yes, it goes around, but this area needs to be modified. The other way you can do it is you can have your contours here hit the wall. So this you can have a wall along here. Yeah. So your 1096, actually the 7 is the last one. The 7 could even hit the wall. Does that make sense? So you don't have 6 anymore, right? You only have 7. So the 7 can hit the wall like this, and your 96 would just go around, and that becomes, so this is 66.5. So your back contour, you would have a contour of 6 around here, and then that 6 would just go around like this. Well, it could even hit the wall and then come out of the wall from anywhere outside. No, on the wall, okay? And then your 5 could have more space and then connect to wherever 5 is. 5 seems to be you still need to know, well, make your retention a little smaller. I think 5, if we keep moving the 5 over there, these contours seems to be steep enough already. Yeah, yeah. So it might be beneficial to make your retention, narrower. And then if 5 needs to hit the wall, let it hit the wall. That's okay. If you need to extend the wall here and let 5 hit it, so that you don't have to move as much contours in this area. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so that's this side. On the other side, you don't have enough stairs yet. You would need 20, right? You would need 20 steps. Now, depending on what's the elevation over here, it's a little bit lower than 6, okay? That will be calculated by projecting the line to the 106 contour, because we're going down, right? We're going down in that direction, okay? So this would be 1105.85, something like that. 1105.85. That's your top of stairs. And then you start the stairs. I'm trying to get down to 1097. No, yeah, 1097. That's the bottom FFE. Okay, I'm trying to get down to there. So it seems like you have fewer than, yeah. No, this is, yeah, 8.85. No, 8.85. 17 steps there. Okay, so you would have 17 steps. You could make it shallower. You don't have to have a 0.5. If you want to make 20 steps there, that's okay too, because it's outdoors there, right? You can make it 0.4 instead of 0.5. The riser. You need a flight. You need a landing in between. Now, every 12 steps, you need a landing. So it's 2 flights of stairs. Okay. And then, no, those are the bottom of the stairs, 1097. You need another spot elevation here, which is 6.5, 96.5, right? And these will be now going down. Yeah, going down at 2%. And then you use the 1096.5 to design this retention area here. Okay. I doubt that you need to dig this deep. Yeah, you could have it flow down from the 106.5 and then have a 96 contour, and then that's it. Okay. And then in this area we would have a 96 contour. That's the contour out of the plaza here. And we have okay, I'm trying to see, this is 5, right? Yeah, if this is 6 and that is 6, in this area you don't have to move a lot. You do not have to move much. And then you could, well, once you have retention figured out, you would know where your 96 is. Okay, you would know your 96 is, and then you could connect the 96 even straight across like this. I think that's totally doable. So your wall would only need to be that long, and then that's 97. and then you have a B1 T-wall at the bottom. That's the elevations that you need for the side. Okay. Alrighty. Anything else? Okay. This one would be 2. Yeah, the landing needs to be 2 because you're turning. So this one needs to be 2%. You have space, and here you can move these contours down, as we said. Now you have space for one more contour there, and surely you should break this at 2% without you changing the length of ramp. Okay. Yeah, you rotate the ramp so that there is an access. There's access to the ramp at the plaza. Okay. All right. You don't have to have double lines for the contour. It looks a little strange. We can understand that the contour actually crosses, goes around the ramp, goes around the landing and then crosses over. Yeah, that's fine. You don't have that. If you don't need repeat the dark contour around the landing. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll move forward then. Is everything? These better shapes for the retentions. We can take a look. Yeah, for the retention area, the major thing is you need to show connection to through the trench drain, right? If you have a sidewalk, um, if you have a sidewalk, the curb cut needs to go through the trench drain, go through the sidewalk, through the trench drain, and then go to the retention area. So that's the main thing that you have to show here. Eric, I do recommend that you remove this line because between the sidewalk and the parking lot, if you have a very narrow vegetation or lawn, a grass strip, that will be really hard to maintain. Okay, it's not necessary. Unless you make it another feature. I don't see a lot of benefits having that grass strip between the parking lot and the sidewalk. So the curb cut will be directly going through, the sidewalk, okay, the sidewalk, and then that becomes your entrance. So this is the same scenario that Ella had, okay. And then I'll go through one more time. The curb cut is too high. It needs to be calculated based on your 1108 contour, right? Should be 8 point, oh, sorry, not 5.85. I think you meant 8.85, but it should have been 8.1, something like that, okay? So the curb cut here is 1108.1, something like that. And then I'm going to draw the cross section. We have a parking lot, we have the curb, and then we have the sidewalk. That's my sidewalk. But then this is my trench drain. Okay, that's my trench drain. And then I have my retention. Okay, that's what we're creating. Now, the reason that this is different is because there's a trench drain, there's a height there, right? So here is 1108.1, which I just specified. Once the water drops into the trench drain, there is a depth to this trench drain, So in order to calculate the elevation of the water coming out of here, out of the train string, the bottom of train string, would label it as BTD, okay? That's what's determining your RDI, okay? Now, once that water goes out, you could specify, okay, that's my RDI level, and then that's my LP level, okay? So this BTD here is very important. So what we can do is we could calculate this one, 1108.1, and then I'll drop 0.5. That's the depth of train string, okay? 1107.6 would be the bottom of train string on this side. And then I'll measure the width of my sidewalk. Suppose it's 5 foot, which you actually have, it's more than 5 foot for you. Let's say we design for a 8 feet, okay, 8 feet wide sidewalk, and then the train string needs to slope down, right? Slope down at 2%. So that's too thick. It needs to slope down at 2%. So between these two bottom of train strings, you have a 0.6 foot difference in elevation. Okay, so I'm going down 1.6. So what is it, 1.6 or 8? Yeah, sorry, 0.16. Maybe it's okay, 2%. You're going down 0.16. Okay. Now I have the BTD here at 1107.6 minus 0.16. So that's 1107.44. That's my elevation at the BTD. Then I know, okay, if I have an RDI, then it needs to be 1107. And well, slightly below the bottom of the train string, and then my LP can be 1106. Does that make sense? So when you are having, you have the function solution, you need to realize the cell would be deeper than if you don't have it. Okay. So if the LP here is 1106, then I know my outside contour, this contour is 08. That's 08. That's 09. And I have a 7 contour inside. I will need to actually have 2 more contours in this case. You have 7, 8. Oh, sorry. This one is 9. That one is 8. I have a 7 in the, and I have an 8, and then I actually, yeah, that's all I need. And then I will have high points in between the 2 8. That's how this is done. That makes sense? So you follow what I did just now there, and create all of the retention points on the side. For every their elevation differences would be 1 foot. Okay, but you basically just replicate the whole process. Yeah. So that's that. Oh, I should have. Let me just save that one. Then I'll clear. Okay. So went through the retention. Yeah, that's a better route. That's a better route for the ramp. We haven't finished the grading of the ramp on this site yet, but you seem to grasp the idea of those, and you will just need to follow through. Okay, follow through 20 feet apart, and then mark these up, and then connect them. Okay. The swale here, if you have your swell for this side will stop at here. That's the only swell you have. Okay. Once you get through that, this contour can go like this. Doesn't have to shape the swell anymore. So that remains. That's the first contour that's shaping the. And then the second one can be very organic. And then on the other side, I'm trying to figure out where your plaza line is. So you go there. Okay. You might wanna move that one to this place because I'm not sure where your entrance is. If it's in the middle, that might seem like a little bit better. I mean, the location where this hits the wall, it's a little arbitrary. So you might as well just line it up with the building boundary. Okay, so that's that one. Remember when these hit the retention, it changes. Yeah, it depends on if you have walls. It looks like you're creating walls. So if you have walls, then you could have it just go around the wall like that. Okay, but yeah, you would have walls here. Okay, sitting walls or benches there. Okay. So those are the 3 questions you asked. Anything else? Yeah, you will label them according to what's necessary for walls. Yeah. Now, designing this one requires you to, well, the drainage area of this retention is not that big. Well, let's zoom out. I don't know. So this is your plaza, right? You have a major plaza here. Yeah. You have a major plaza here. I'm not exactly sure you actually need it. So people are walking from here to the entrance, from here to the entrance, from here to the entrance. Unless you have a stairs over there, I'm not exactly sure you need this much pavement. I would see, I want to try to see what's the best way of getting from this area to seems like your pavement, this is your pavement. That's your pavement. And this is your pavement line. It might be beneficial if you actually do this. I would start from here. This is where I drop people off. You know, you curve it, because dropping people off here for buses would not be easy, right? Your bus will be like this, and people won't be able to step down to the curb, right, when they get off. The other option is to drop people off there. In that case, you would have some pavement over here, and then having a plaza shaped like that. This actually makes more sense. Having drop off either here or there, or both. Both would be fine too. So those would be a pavement line. And right in the middle, I probably would put something instead in this area. And this, you would label that as a roof one. Because the smaller one on the plaza doesn't really do much. Can you see? You know, that's the only drainage area in it. It has, so it's very small and not very effective. So you might as well put it up, avoiding circulation routes, and then say this is for the roof, because you have another one along the swell at the bottom. So you actually have managed your water from the plaza already. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I think that will make your life a lot easier. Okay. Okay, so that's that one. Yeah, this is a swell. You need to add the swell line. This is a swell, you add the swell line, but no, only until you get to the retention like this. Okay. Oh, the other thing is you actually need to have a cut. You need to cut through here. This is the lowest point of your retention. So it's a little more complicated than. Can you see that I have that corner here under the curve? So you need a trench drain actually. You need a trench drain that goes out like this. Okay. That trench drain needs to be on the plaza, looking like that, and that water goes out to the retention there. That makes sense? The swell central line would overlap with the trench drain. Oh, another way. Okay, another way. I think that one is better. So put the retention over here. That's the dirty water retention, and this one is designed to capture water from here. So you still have a curb cut, okay? And then the other one, no, you don't. In that case, we don't need that one anymore because this one serves the dual function of collecting plaza water and drop off water. Okay. Okay, so let's not have water travel that long to attention over to the side. And directly. Get rid of this one, get rid of that one, only have this one. You pay a little more attention to the shape of it because you don't want the water, you want this to be not interfering with where people walk. So, you know, people would walk from here to there and here to there. So it will be skinny like this. That makes sense? So you would want to reserve the space here for people to walk to the building. Okay? Okay. All right. Anything else? It's online, not media. It's not in media gallery. The breakout rooms are recorded on my computer, and then I convert it. I upload to YouTube. Okay. So the links here, you see these links? Links are to YouTube, and it's all there. All right. Okay. Okay. Straighten. Straighten here?
Yeah, I'm on Zoom.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Do I have all the required bioretention areas? Should I add more and are the previous ones at the correct calculations? Previous ones. So let's see. Retention wise, we need one more here at the end. And we need this one to be shaped like this so it doesn't capture the plaza water. We need retention at the back, so it captures at the bottom of the plaza. We need one more here. You could replicate those, okay? You could maybe, oh, a contour actually doesn't allow you to capture water. Yeah, your side slope is not enough to direct water to the curb. And we somehow did not capture that in previous reviews. My apologies. Can you see that, Jaden? That your water goes directly down. These areas gets very little water. So those are good. I really don't want you to rotate your contours anymore. Same thing on the other side. We're all going down to the bottom. Well, for this one, it's okay because you have a term. So that one can capture it. This one can capture it. So for this side, I'm less worried.
Okay.
For this side, I'm a little worried. So what we could do, at this point, I will just add a trench drain here. Okay, let's add a trench drain here and add a retention over here. And that's complementing. We have a trench drain over here. This one would capture that water down to the end. Let's add 2. So one more trench drain. You could do the perpendicular to the curve thing. And then this one stays. We need to add one more here. You have that one, you add one more there, one more here, one at the end. Okay. So you could add one more here because I don't want everything from this beyond this part to go down to 1.
Okay.
Right? Because I want some green area to be able to share some load. You actually have a lot of green flat space in this area, so let's at least do one more. That is the, yeah, that's all the additional retention we need to do. Okay. Once you added the trench drain, remember to drop the elevations of retention by 0.5. As I explained, when you have a trench drain, you need to account for the depth of the trench drain. So when water flows out of the trench drain, it will be lower. The elevation will be lower by 0.5. Okay, I'm going to zoom.
Like,
Yeah,
so sorry, go ahead.
Going to zoom into this area and show you how to do one of them. So, oh, actually, if you have a 1107.70, that's probably very close to what you have. So if I have a trench drain over here, if I have a trench drain over here, perpendicular to my curve, because that makes it look a little better, right? Now I have this CC elevation, that's my curb elevation at 1108, roughly. Then the bottom of my trench drain, if I drop this elevation, would be BTD would be 1107.5. Okay, and then that becomes your, that's equivalent to the 107.7 here. So you don't actually need to change much of the, well, your LP is pretty low. RDI needs to be lower than the BTD. okay? And then the contours work fine. You have a 108 here, another 08. Yeah, that works fine. So RDI would be lower than, used to be lower than BTD. Okay, so we can do a 7.2, 7.2, and then your LP, you could do 1106.7. So then you do have a 107 contour if that's the case. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You can add one more 07 contour here. 07, 08, and then another. Does that all make sense?
Yeah, it kind of does. So when I would start the trench drain on the other side, that's all I need to do. Just show that there's a drain there, and then
Yes.
like there's no retention over there. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's the retention. Then would I need to have a wall here underneath the ramp? Your wall looks like it's not long enough beside your stairs. So let's take a look here. Now I have 6, 5, 4. Contours are labeled on the lower side. It needs to be labeled on the higher side. So if this is 5, labeling should be like this, okay, on the
Mm-hmm.
higher side. Then this is 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, that's right. That is 0 here. And then 9. Yeah, you would benefit from a wall. The reason being, I still need to keep moving these contours, and then I don't have enough space in this area, to attach, to keep moving the contours.
Yeah, that
So
was a
yeah,
problem I kept having
yeah,
because I was like, oh, but I don't know how to put the wall in, so that's why I just waited to.
yeah. The wall, if you want, for instance, the 2 to hit here, the 1 to hit there, and 0 to hit here, 9, 8, 7, 6. I'm trying to get down to 6.5, something like that. Yeah, here is about, I need to know what that is. So if I have 6, that's 6 here, 7, 97. This is probably 96.4. Yeah, you have it right here. Now BR needs to be 96.4. So 987, the contours are correct. Okay. These are 9, 8, 7. So I'm trying to find where if I want to get back to grade on this line, this is 0, no, that's 5, 4, 3, 2. That seems to be 2. Is that right? This is 92?
I think so because
Yeah,
the
I think so.
yeah, yeah.
Then I will just say, okay, that's 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. 6 can go there. Okay. Let me try to label these. So I can 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 9, 8, 7, 6. Exactly what well, could actually erase one of these. I think that's right. Okay. So those are the contours in order to get back to 92. I will keep labeling so that I don't forget. That's 0, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Well, I'm still missing one. Okay, so the one that I deleted was actually not necessary. So I put that back. That's 4. This is 6. This is 5. This is 4, 3, 2. Okay, then I'm good. Now I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so in this case, my wall needs to wrap around quite long. Reason being, I have to start from here, right? Start from here, and then all the way through. That's where I stop. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
So it would just run directly next to the ramp.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
The blue lines are the ones that are hitting on the wall and then go around the wall and then connect back to the 7 here, right? 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, and 11. Those. So the ramp contour, you keep them the same. Keep the same as what as you did. Try to turn it a little bit away so you have a slight slope. Okay. Oh, in this case, let's turn the other way because you don't want to direct the water to your wall. You want to direct the water away from your wall. So when you have a wall, always keep that in mind. My water should not get into the wall. So
Okay.
I need to turn that away so it flows away from the wall. And that's what you need to do for the ramp.
Is there a certain way that the contours have to hit the sidewalk? Like, does it matter? Like, for the
You
105.
basically need to draw arrows where water flows. Okay, so as long as I'm not directing water to the wall, then that's fine.
Okay.
And for your contours here, you could again do something like this. So these contours, they seem to be direct water toward this, and we want to try to avoid that. So we want to try to tilt the water to that way.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. All right. So that's the ramp. Good question. Those are the two major questions.
Yeah, just so one more thing. So for my other some of my other bio retentions, did I have like the amount of contours? Like, I wasn't sure how many contours I was supposed to add in between. I think it was the one. Can you look at the one at the top right? I don't know. You can't see.
Here,
No, it was the one in between both of the parking lots right there. Yeah.
this one.
Yeah, those two right there.
Okay. So for this one, you first need to know where water comes in, right? The direction for this one seems wrong. The water comes in from this side.
Mm-hmm.
Water goes away that side. So if I have a curb cut here, I don't actually receive much water. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's flowing that way. So that one needs to be actually designed to treat water on this side. On this side, okay. A better location. See, yeah. If I have now, always remember to do the exercise to know how much water you're collecting. For this one, it's pretty small. If you have a curve cut over here, again, you project a line. That's how much water you're collecting. So in fact, it will be beneficial for you to have curb cuts somewhere here and somewhere there before it turns. So your water gets in, and then that's your retention for this area.
Okay.
For instance, if I have a curb cut over here, then all the water, you project a line, talk perpendicular, and then that's all the water that you can capture with that retention area. This is the drainage area. Okay, you use the same method to review your locations of your retention and see if it's worth where is the most efficient locations for having the retention. We said we're going to have one here, which is great, right? Because you're capturing all these water that goes in to the retention. And if you want to, you could change the direction of that one and have one more in the middle. In that case, all these will get into this one. Okay, and plus that one, plus the little sliver over there. So this is your drainage area for this green. And the purple, the one downstream will capture the purple. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident that the way, once we calculate the curb cuts, the way to design the contours of the retention area.
Hmm.
But it's worth going through this exercise to check one more time. Do I have my retention at the correct area, location? Okay.
Okay.
If we want to do one more check here, we can do this one there. So this is 1109. Curve cuts 08.9 makes sense. You don't need RDI, so that's good. LP equals to 7.5. You want to lower your LP. Reason being, your water depth here is over 1 foot, is at 1.4 foot. That makes sense? If you don't have an RDI, your water depth is the curb cut minus LP, and currently is 1.5. And if you
Okay.
want to lower or raise your LP to 1107.9. And the other things are correct.
Okay. Yeah, that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah. Okay.
So do you only need the raised drain inlet if it's a bigger retention area?
I'm sorry.
Do you only need the raised drain inlet if it's a bigger retention area then?
I'm sorry. I'm still not hearing it very clearly.
Sorry. So do you only need if you have a retention area without the raised drain inlet, is it because it's smaller than the other ones?
Yes, this one is a
Okay.
smaller one.
Okay.
Um, you saw the green and the pink area before, right?
Hmm.
The pink one at the bottom it's actually smaller than the one in the middle. Depending on where you want to cut open, right? So if you want to cut, it depends on the location of the curb cuts. The curb cuts determines how big exactly your drainage area is. So for this one, it will be this big, that big, okay? And then the one below would be that big. This is the one that's below.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Thank you.
so you're welcome. I'm gonna move forward. Oh, it's here. Let's see. Yeah. Front plaza has a slope of more than 2%. How to fix it? Okay. That's fine. You could basically move it like this. like that. Does that make sense? The contour, you just slightly move it for this distance to be 50 again, but keep that one because that one is 50, right? Yeah. That is this parallel to that one? Oh, yeah, it seems to be. Yeah. You just move one of the contour, and then you're good. Okay, so that's that one. Contour on this side. It seems okay. Your contours on this side seems okay. Let's see. We still have to modify the shape of your retention divergence swell. They seem not working just yet. Okay, you need to drag this up for this to be like this. Once you have that one, your contours in this area, the shape will change a bit. Okay. Oh. So that's your retention swell there. The last few ones, that needs to go to this line. Which is it? This is 9. 9 goes here. So actually this one is 10. This 10 goes down here. And then you have your 8 and goes somewhere like this. Goes back like that. This works fine. Okay, this works fine. But you need to end your swell somewhere here, your divergence swell. Divergence swell needs to be like this. That's this one. And then the other ones, no, that's the first one, so it's okay. And then once you did that, this actually needs to move a little bit, tilt a little bit there. And that one. You get the idea. The blue would just go like this, and then go here. Okay? So those are, all right, so that's 12, 11, 10. I think those are connected. Okay. Let me try to look for 100 contour. Yeah, this one is done. No, you don't need additional, yeah, you're fine. Other questions? Yeah, yes. So what's a good way to check it would be if you have a 20 like this thing, you put it full screen. If you can see your elevations, you're fine. If you can't, then it's too small. Okay. For me, yeah, you need to, because I need to zoom into like this to be able to grade it. So I should be able to make your drawing full screen, and then I can still kind of see, kind of read the valuation. Then that's the proper size. Okay. Yeah. I would say at about the same font size you have for the lower plaza. Okay, the lower plaza, where this seems to be a smaller one than the TFFE, BFFE. I think at least this size would be necessary for your elevations. Yes, for Oh, I'm not talking about elevation. I'm talking about font size. Your spell elevation font size. Make it the same as the font size of a lower plaza. Then it will be legible. Yes, yes. Um, I think it won't. I think it won't. Well, Stu actually uploaded some examples for you, right? Now, those examples are very good. So they're very legible. You could refer to them for font size. Yep. Okay. All right. Anything else regarding content? If you are at 5%, you do not need as many landings. Um, if you are over 5%, that's required. If you are lower than 5%, that's okay. So this is fine if you have landings as long as they are calculated correctly. That's the bottom, top, full, and the bottom. I appreciate that you calculated all these, but the contours look like they work fine. Um, so key thing is to see if you got to the bottom plaza at the elevation that is. So you have 11099, and here you should be at 1098 point something. Yeah, 1098. You're getting to 1098, so that's good. Well, you're probably a little okay. Once you get down to here, if you're at 1098, you're fine. But you got to 1098 actually early. So you can actually get rid of this contour, which is a good thing. Does that make sense? Yeah. This contour would just directly go like that, right? And then your 10999 could actually be like this. Okay, that's actually easier. And then you can try actually tilting your contour like this in this way. So the water actually flows away from your ramp like that. Instead of directing water in this direction to the inside area, you can just mirror the your contours based on what I mean mirror is that if you have one line going across the ramp perpendicularly, you basically mirror it. Okay, mirror it over the perpendicular line and then you're fine. Okay, so that's that. Okay, good, good. Yeah, you're welcome. Matt, I'm gonna go get a drink and then I'll come back. Okay. Still confused what the contours should look like in this area. What move contours interfere with my swale. Okay, we'll take a look at that. We talked about how to properly add a ramp to this area. Is this correct? Oh, this one? Okay, we'll take a look. This area of my ramp work looks pretty good, but we can take a detailed look then. No. Right. Okay, we'll go from this side. Okay. So 9 contour and those. That's where it connects. Okay. I don't see anything wrong with the contours of the 1109. Do you mean how it works with the retention? Messed up the swale. In the center between the parking lot and the turnaround. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. One of the contours definitely, they look, yeah. I see what you're saying. This contour, that, okay, this one is not there. So this one should, okay, this one, it's a little complicated because you have a ramp. Otherwise, I don't see other things that are wrong. I think other things work fine. We have one more here that you missed. That's okay. We'll take a look at the ramp area. All right. So the thing about the ramp is on this side is actually a wall, right? So that's double line. Yeah, that's double line. Once you know that's double line, it actually helps with the contour because you know the contour will hit it and then it needs to go around the wall, right? On the plaza, no, on the parking lot, it's here. So it basically needs to go to this, and then we need to figure out a way for it to, right? The way to do that would be well, you don't have any 07 contour. You only need to figure out where 07 is on top of the you need to figure out where 107 is on this ramp, basically. So if I have the elevation here and here, I would use the ramp out slope there to figure out where the ramp is. 1107 is on this ramp. And then that's how we, that's where we delineate the 1107. So this is, let me try to think through. That is a little bit lower than this one. So we are looking at something like this, and then connecting over here, connecting over there, and then connecting over here, and then cross the wall and going to the 107 over, right? And on the other side, we're going down, there's a little bit of, so, oh no, there's no, because this is, it's keeping going down, so there's no 107 on the other ramp, so we're good. So that's, the central thing is for you to figure out where this little segment of 107 goes on the ramp, okay? Yes, yes. So basically I am rolling down and then I'm rolling into this landing area and then I can go up to the other direction. I can go up to my plaza. I'm drawing the arrow in the wrong direction, not slope arrow, but it's the how you get through the ramp. So key thing not to forget, double line here, double line here, double line there. Oh no, that's the single line, sorry. That's a single line. That's a double line, and that is a double line. Okay. No, it's all bottom ramp and top of ramp. Yep. Okay. We'll zoom in a little bit to see if the calculations are correct. So 48, 65, 65. It's a little, no, I think the calculations are a little off. Reason being, if I'm calculating this one and that one, this would be lower than that. Does that make sense? Yeah, so the landing here is determined by the parking lot. All right. And then those two, for instance, that one will be higher than this, and this one will be higher than that. Okay. And then once you have these bottom, you would use the maximum 8.33% to calculate where these are. Those are determined by the upper level sidewalk. It's basically calculating the same elevations, no, same spot at the same location down at the bottom and at 0.5, right? And then the slope, you will use that maximum 8.33% slope to determine the length of the ramp there. Okay, all right. Okay, that's that. Take this ramp here. So we have a 06, 05, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Good, good, good. The ramp seems to be working pretty well. And then I will, okay. I think you have one more contour than necessary as the other boats. 0.5, 90.5. Lower plaza, you wouldn't have an FE. You need it to drain. You need it to drain. So we're down here at about 96. So your 96 you can remove one of the contours. The 96 can go directly there. Okay, so 97 will be down somewhere here. Okay, so that's that one. You might basically just relabel it because I can see here these two seems to be still 5%. You can make this landing much gentler at 2. Okay. Great. Let's take a look at the stairs. Here. Oh, okay. We're going down. So I think there's again some calculation that needs to be checked. That we're going down instead of up, right? If I have 106, that should be 105.6. Does that make sense? 105.8 even. Yeah, those are and then you have one more retention over here. This one, bottom wall 6.4, same thing. These needs to be 5 point something. And you have the right amount of stairs. Label treads and risers, then it will be a lot easier for us to grade if we don't need to count the lines. so that we know you have to write them or they correspond, they agree with each other. Back plaza, you're getting down to 1096. You would want to get down to exactly what this elevation is here. Okay, if your bottom FFA is 96.5, you want to get down to 96.5. Okay, so we're about half foot lower, and you're right, and this is 2% like that, like these. Okay, yeah, those are those. Okay, the other thing, if you don't need any walls anymore. Here, that elevation would be determined by this distance. So your B wall would be 6.25, something like that. That makes sense? Here, this elevation. Because this is a continuous surface. Okay? Yeah. Oh, that's fine. You can step them. Yeah, that's fine. You could break it down. So 4 feet. You'll look at this and the bottom. Here is 5.8, for instance, and this is 6.2. That's about 9. So at least you need to know the top of the wall. Sorry, the top wall, the top of the wall of the top wall. Sorry, here. The elevation difference between this elevation, top wall elevation, and the bottom wall elevation is over 9 feet. So it means you need to break it down to 3 segments. As long as you show, you put a little line there. I put a little line there in between, showing only 3 contours attaching to each segment of the wall. Then you actually already made sure that each of the wall is lower than 4 feet high, right? So you could just put these separation little lines in the wall, and that shows this is over 4 feet, and I'm stepping them down. We're not requiring everybody to calculate the individual segment of the wall for the final project. So it's a simplified, just noting that, oh, I actually get it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Is that all your questions? Okay, no problem. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, that that's actually true. That's true. That's true. So that's a good news. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But instead, what you do want is to do this. Okay, you still want the water to go down from here, and then not go into your plaza. No, sorry, not go into your parking lot. So you still need a swell there. It's just not, you won't have any retention on the side, so you don't have to worry about their relationship. Yes. Yeah. 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 Good question. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. So it actually means that you would doing this, and then I need to go back to here. Depending on where you start your okay. So let's you basically, let me see, better way, do this, and then that. That makes sense? Yeah. Okay, easy fix. Yeah. I would plot you for your eligibility. I think your hierarchy actually works really well. Yeah, and the line quality, the hierarchy, you're getting really close. Okay, cool. More than welcome. Page. Yeah, here. Okay. But for a ramp, that's a good spot for a ramp. How do I find TW and BW? Well, we'll talk through that. Yes, you need an RDI here. Oh, for this one. Oh, that's okay. You don't need nope, you don't need an RDI in this area, but you need an RDI when it's the last one, then you need an RDI. When it's not the last one, you don't need one. My divergence well is complete. Okay. It looks, yeah, it looks complete. It is complete, but unfortunately, I will suggest a little bit of a change to the top two spouts. I would suggest that you make this line looking like this, and then move the whole thing up a little bit. Okay, the same thing with this one. The reason being, I don't want water to, I do not want adjacent water to get into my retention. I actually want the water to be, you know, directed to the swale if it's okay. So for the next two, for the two down the line here, you did really well. You don't have water draining into your retention from the surrounding landscape area that much. But for these two, you can see that I am actually draining water into my retention in this direction, right? So tilt these two. Hopefully that's not a lot of recalculation. Shouldn't be. If you keep the tip of these V-shaped contour roughly the same, it might be a small change. Okay, so that's that. Use 2% for the middle and side ramps. You definitely could, but it will mean that your ramp is pretty wide, which is comfortable to walk with. So that's totally your choice. Okay, you don't have to do the 8.33% thing. Okay. Would this building corners be 0.5 below? No, it doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be. You basically calculate those spot elevations based on the contours. Okay, based on these contours, you just project lines to the nearest contour. Okay, so this one will be higher than that. It's both above 7. Okay, both above 7. The same thing, you project lines to the 107 contour and find out what these elevations are. Okay. I went 20 foot to space the contours out. Remember, what do I do with the one contour? Why is this? The second part of that contour is, yeah, we haven't finished that yet. We haven't finished this yet. First thing, we need to tilt the contours a little bit so my water is not shooting down the ramp. Okay, we want the contours to be something like this. So my water, draining to the side of the ramp. So now we have how many contours here? This is 7. We have 6 over here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, maybe 1 will be over down there. 1, 9, 8, 7. Well, I don't think we need to go down to 7. We just need to go down to 8. So we can get rid of one of them. You have a longer than necessary ramp, but it's totally fine. You can make it less than 5%. So I'm gonna say this is 0 and 9, and I'm getting down to 98 point. So we can even move this one over a little bit, move that one, move, move this, move that. This is 0, that is 9, okay, to the higher side. Once we have this, the step left for us to do is to connect the original contours. So if we have 7 here, my 6 can go something like this. Okay. My 5 goes like that. Okay, my 4, my 3, it's down here. My 2, so down over there. Just keeping, keeping connecting them. Getting down to 0. 0 is over here. Actually, you should be able to connect them pretty easily. 9, and then your 8 is over here. You actually need to drag it up a little bit because my 8 needs to be somewhere here. If my contours are not wrong, then you actually have an easy time. You'll have an easy time to connect all these to the background. Okay? Okay. Yeah, and then your 7 can stay where it is. Okay. So that is the ramp. T wall, B wall. Okay. T wall and B wall. So this depends on these contour, right? If you attach all these contours already, this elevation will be between that contour and the next contour that is not moved. I mean, need to zoom out and see which ones. I think it's okay if you don't move all these contours and make this flat. We have, this is 6, and well, 6 needs to be going back to here, and 5 can go like this, and I think you attach 5 to, oh, 5 is attached there. You could attach to there to avoid a lot of change. 4 doesn't need to be moved. 3 no need to be moved. 2, I'll just need to know where. Well, I need to zoom out again. So bottom FFE is 98. So 97 is somewhere here. That's 97. And this is my 5, right? Is that the original 5? Nope, that's the 0. That's 0. Okay, that's 0. If this is a 0, then I do need to drag them up. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I need to get back to 96 here. 97 is okay. In that case, I would want to now make my wall a little bit shorter. So I could stack this up a little bit better like this. And then doing something like that. And then this one, let me try 97 first. 6, 7. 7 goes like this. Okay, and then 8. And then 9, 0, 1, 2. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah. So we wanted to see what's happening, you know, on the plaza level, where's 97 is, then we can determine, okay, I can go from down here up there. Okay. Okay. If 97 goes down there, I can even make my wall a little bit shorter. So 97 actually can just connect over. All right. Okay, so that's 97. T1B wall. Yes. If the T we did go through that my 90 my wall will be ending between my 7 and 8, right? I'm trying to figure out where that is. This is, yeah, that's about the location. Then this location, this B wall will just be 97. So 97, 98, right? And here, you calculate it based on the plot. You calculate that based on the plot. Okay. You calculate this based on the bottom method. That's where 1098 is. Okay. You have a plaza ending somewhere. No, you have a curve, and these will be just based on the 2% slope. Okay. So those are the plaza elevations. And here you can add this 4 feet to the bottom of the wall and say my wall is 4 feet high. Okay, you don't have to be 4 feet high at that point, but you can simply make it 4. All right. Okay. I think I went through everything. This is a small area. Well, your contour here doesn't have to be so small. You can enlarge it between these two. Okay, you can even drag this up so this becomes bigger. Okay, you have a relatively small plaza area. As long as you have one, I think we're fine. Okay, did I miss anything? Okay, sounds good. Hello. Does this picture look plotted correctly for the scale? Oh, 2 boundaries? Oh, yeah, that's fine. I think it's some leftover boundaries from the, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, the base, whatever happens with the base map is it's our issue. Yes. Yeah. Mm. Let me close a few so it's not showing up. Yes, these are driving aisles. So there's a curb. The road needs a curb. Yes, all these needs a TC. Look at this one. This one is not it's not necessary. We can get rid of it because water it's not draining into it. Water drains away there. Oh, sorry. My bad. I see the ridge line there. I see the ridge line now. Okay. Yeah. We need to have one there. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look. We have 108.5. There's 7. Add a few more contour numbers. 7 and 8. This is going to be 7.52. I am a little confused why this one is not lined up with that one. So logically, that would be an extension. This line would be an extension of that line, unless at some point something got rotated. Does that make sense? So you have these 2 lines going on here. Yeah. Yeah, that one and this one would be one line. That would be the same line. So this segment of the contour and that segment of the contour. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Might there's one distance that was off just a tad. Okay. Contours here. It should be this and then that. And then like this. Well, check if this line is off or the other one. I was hoping that this is correct. And this goes like this. And then no, hopefully this is 50 or you only need to move just a tad like that. Okay. Double check the distances. Now we have 8 and I'm trying to see which one. That's 7. This is 8. And that is 7.52, very reasonable. I'll zoom in. You have 7.52. Okay, RDI needs to be lower than 7.52. So RDI would be 7.3. And then LP can be 6.5. Yeah, you need 7 contour here. This is correct that it wraps around and goes down like this. Yeah, and that is the 8 contour. You need a 7 contour. Yeah, you just need a 7 and another 8. Yep. Add the 7 contour. Okay. ADA parking.